Away in a Granger, no parents for this boy. They was apt by a bad man, and he is a boy.
The Hagrids were lowing, the Ronalds await. Nicholas Flamel was sleeping, and Mundungus was also there.
Oh,
very
wow.
good.
Well,
right.
a merrily on high to you all. A very Potter Christmas.
And to all, a good night. See
ya.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Yes, it is the Christmas edition of Paging Mr. Potter, and it's also page number 10 this week.
Double digits, guys.
huge.
Congratulations.
I cannot believe
We
we've
can drink
gone this
now.
far. Yeah, we're legal.
We're legal.
We're legal.
No one says that.
Yeah.
We're legal now.
What we've been doing is no longer illegal.
True.
Now Moaning Myrtle can look at our naked bodies with no repercussions.
With glee.
With glee and
Without a
lust
care
in
in the
her
world.
eyes.
Yeah.
A greedy lust.
If you feel personally...
This is kind of the page where, I guess if I had to summarize this page in a sentence, I'd say it's the page where Gonner's called Dumbledore out on all this bullshit. Because Dumbledore's all like, oh yeah, we'll just leave this fucking really important boy with these motherfuckers. Vernon and, what's her name? Petunia.
But not before a fucking clumsy oaf giant transports him on a flying motorbike.
Most important boy in the world.
Dumbledore fucking hates Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Dumbledore's an idiot.
Yeah.
There are many times which makes me think Dumbledore hates Harry Potter throughout the series. Not to get too ahead of ourselves, but he never gives Harry a fucking straight answer when the stakes are so high.
yeah, I know.
He doesn't
Everything's
even
in
give him
riddle
a fighting
form.
chance.
That motherfucker is way too whimsical.
know.
Talk straight, old man. What are you doing?
Like, everyone's life is at risk, and you're just like,
the stakes are high.
Dumbledore. Please, Dumbledore, you're the only one who can help.
More like dumb arsehole.
And he never does
Oh.
anything.
Sick burn.
He never does anything. He just gets other people to do all his work.
Everyone's talking about how fucking amazing he is or whatever. It's like how Trump's always like, yeah, I'm very good at business or whatever, and everyone just starts believing
I know,
him.
it's all branding.
What have you ever done any magic in any of the fucking movies? Does Dumbledore do anything?
I've never seen him do one, like, thing that changes the game. All it does is give riddles to other people, have to go and fucking figure it out.
I mean, he's clearly a terrible judge of character. He was literally fucking Grindelwald. Like, this dude, one of the most evil people going around, and he's doing him at school.
And Dumbledore, yeah, fucked him big time at school.
hardcore.
And then, hardcore fucking. And
Sorry,
and,
that might be libelous to Dumbledore and Grindelwald.
Well, and Grindelwald, like, Dumbledore was super into his ideas. Like, he was the one with Grindelwald who, like, wanted to start the revolution.
Oh my gosh. Don't feel sick. I feel ill. Dumbledore.
On Christmas, of all days, you bring this up.
You fuck Grindelwald on Christmas as that's some sort of present to me? What sicko are you?
He looks like a fucking emaciated Santa Claus.
Imagine you're sitting around Christmas dinner, you know, beautiful spread, big roast turkey.
Yeah.
Dumbledore walks in. Oh, who's he brought? He's brought Grindelwald, the single most... Well, I don't know anything about Grindelwald. Evil person.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And does him right there on the Christmas table?
And
What's that all
we were
about?
supposed to be having roast, but not not that kind, Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Extra stuffing. No,
We're keeping that. We're keeping that. I'll do the edit.
have you guys been getting into the Christmas spirit at all?
You know I do.
If there's anyone that would, it would be Andrew.
I love festivities and traditions with no meaning or purpose. I love nothing more. And I love walking around Burwood Westfield for hours buying piece of shit presents for people that I don't care about. That's awesome. And people I do care about. But also some people...
They're all getting piece of shit presents.
They're all getting piece of shit presents.
Regardless
Yeah,
of
yeah.
what I care.
Irrespective of my love for you, you'll
Have
be
you
getting
guys-
some tat.
Have you guys got any really bad Christmas presents you remember?
I think we've discussed bad presents on the pod before. I'm trying to think now. I don't know if I said on the pod. One time, my uncle gave me a plastic piece of shit. That was a joke present. But then I don't think there was a punchline. I think that was it. There was no other present.
And it wasn't like, this is your first present and the second one.
My girlfriend's dad always, like every single Christmas, just buys me fake cockroaches because he knows I hate cockroaches. So I literally have like a drawer full of fake cockroaches. He's even bought me some with like little like motors in it that run around and look. Yeah, it's weird.
Do you reckon he just bought a whole bunch once?
No,
and
they're
it's
always
just-
different ones. So he's like, nah, he always buys them.
Maybe one day he'll get you a real cockroach.
That'd be awesome. Hard to come by. Oh, good lord.
Anyway, so you're asking about. If
Oh
we're getting
yeah,
into
well the
Christmas
reason
spirit.
I asked is I watched a Christmassy movie the other night to sort of get in the mood. Have you guys seen Gremlins before?
No.
You've seen it, Andrew?
I loved that movie as a kid.
How good is that movie?
So good.
Well, I've never heard
I
of it.
love the weird Asian man at the beginning.
Oh man,
He's awesome.
he's
Cho
what
Chang's
you
father?
call
Cho Chang's daddy.
a mystic Chinaman.
Yeah, that's the only way to describe
it
him.
is literally the only way.
He really is.
Because in the 80s, that was a thing.
I think he's described in the movie, this might not be true, as a man from the Orient.
Almost definitely was described that way.
What?
Wait,
And he wore a
There's some
lampshade on his
movie-
head.
There's some really like well-renowned movie that
Breakfast
has.
at Tiffany's.
Yeah. What is it?
Insane. What's his name? Is it Mickey Rooney? Is that his name?
that little guy.
The guy who he's just a white guy playing a Chinese man and
Yeah,
has
yeah,
crazy
yeah, that's
buck teeth and just like has like his eyes like super squinty and he's just like oh hello like the whole movie. It's insane.
Fucked up.
And again, I just want to clarify for anyone who hasn't listened to all the other episodes where we've said that we are Chinese, I am a Chinaman myself. I can say that because that would be truly awful if I was saying that in 2018 and not of Asian descent. But he literally does do that. In fact, Breakfast at Tiffany's, I don't know, it's probably good, like whatever. But when I saw it, I found it extremely boring. But the only interesting part is the like unbelievably racist character. I remember being like a pretty young child watching that movie, had no concept of like, you know, race relations or any of these things, and just being like, oh, surely that isn't allowed, is it?
I mean, I think that is the worst example, but all movies from that era are like that. There's this Chinese exchange student in like 16 Candles, which is from around
Oh,
there.
I haven't seen 60 Candles.
Oh my god, man! And he's just a
But I have heard of
wacky
that, yeah.
Chinaman. Like,
Yeah.
And going back to Ching Chong, the character.
as in Cho Chang.
The character, yeah. As opposed to the language.
Like, she's the only Asian one in there, and she's just the meekest, most feeble, like, wimpy.
Definitely.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, she's like...
she sucks.
She's
It
like
gets
a
no
white
better.
old man with yellow fever's wet dream, essentially.
Oh, anyway, one other crazy thing about Gremlins, though. There's
Yes.
one scene that I literally was flabbergasted by. I wonder if you remember what I'm talking about.
It's been a while since I've seen it. Can you give me a few hints?
Okay, so there's the main character's like a young man. He's probably like 17, 18 or something.
Yeah.
And there's like the sort of love interest girlfriend.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend's really grumpy around Christmas time and really surly.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Riordan.
Oh
do you
my
know
God.
Gremlins?
I
They
don't
look
know
like
anything
little
about Gremlins.
Furbies. It's an
I'll look
awesome
up a
movie.
photo now.
I really like the movie, but there's this one scene about the girlfriend.
Yeah, holy shit, I totally... Yeah.
So she's really surly and like in a bad mood around Christmas time, and you don't really know why. And then sort of towards the end, you get the explanation, and she has a bit of like a monologue thing, and she goes,
This is honestly, Riordan, staggering. Go on.
she's like, it was Christmas time. It was Christmas Eve or some shit. And we were waiting for Dad to come home. And a few hours passed, and then a few days passed, and Dad was nowhere to be seen.
Wait, is this a kid's movie?
A kid's movie.
Kind of.
It pretty much is.
Yeah.
Kids movie.
It's like a wacky horror movie.
Like it's a little bit horror-y, but it's not like... I'd say it's like less scary than like a Chucky or something like that. Like it's more of a... I think it's more of a kid's movie than that.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's kind of like E.T. in that way.
Yeah.
Even less scary.
Right.
Anyway, not important. So this girl's like explaining about her father and how he's gone missing. How and then eventually the police are investigating. They can't find him. And then she's like, it was really cold because it was like winter, Christmas. And she's like, I went to the fireplace to light a fire and warm us up. And then I noticed this smell, and it turned out that the father...
Insane.
had dressed up like Santa Claus and climbed through the chimney and got stuck or some shit.
Fucking died.
And he died. I was like, that cannot be in the movie.
It's so uncalled for.
And
in
it's
this
such
movie.
a good movie. Except for that, it's like, what do you mean? So he got all the presents. He got all dressed up as Santa Claus. He climbed to the fucking roof.
Why?
Climbed in the chimney. And it says, like, he fell in and, like, died.
And then she lit him on fire, and that was the smell of his rotting corpse.
No, I think the smell was literally from decomposition.
Yeah, she noticed it.
She'd been there for so long. It'd been horrific.
I could not believe it. I was like,
So heavy. So fucking heavy.
Sounds
also
quite
so stupid.
Sounds quite jarring.
It's like, yeah, it's both things. It's so stupid. But it's also just like, that is fucked. Why did you, like, it's way too heavy as well.
How did he get stuck in the chimney?
It literally says he, like...
Didn't he break his back or something?
Yeah,
And then-
that's right. So he must have climbed onto the roof and gone in the top, and then he fell in and, like, broke his neck or something.
See,
So you gotta leave it to the experts.
Here's the
Santa knows
thing.
what he's doing.
right.
Not for amateurs.
Yeah, if you're a dad faking to be Santa, you could just walk into the bottom of the chimney.
Exactly.
I know.
You say, here I am out of the chimney.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like they were all waiting around the chimney for
They
him to
didn't
come
even know
down.
that. So no one was even waiting for him.
He's just method. He had to get in character. So he had to go down the chimney
At all costs.
Yeah, at all costs. He's like Tom Cruise in all of his Mission Impossible movies. No, I will be attached to that fucking plane. I will break my ankles jumping from this building.
Yeah.
They're like, Tom, no, we can't afford the insurance. I'm doing it. Yeah.
Oh, man. So
Oh,
good.
wow.
But everyone watch Gremlins.
That's mental.
Such a good movie.
They wouldn't look out of place in Harry Potter. Well, they would a bit. Different movie.
No, but they'd fit in with Fantastic Beasts.
Definitely. They're so cute. Anyway.
Until they're not.
Oh, you know what?
Until they're gremlins.
Another really funny thing about Gremlins, just because this is the Harry Potter podcast.
Yeah.
Um,
Page 10.
When they turn bad by... Oh, you're not allowed to feed them after midnight or else they turn into bad gremlins.
Yeah.
So they're cute gremlins, then if you feed them too late, they turn into bad gremlins.
What do they eat?
Oh, he feeds them fried chicken, I think,
Yeah,
or something.
something like that.
But you can't feed them anything. And they can't get wet.
Anyway, they turn into these, like, kind of scary-looking gremlin demon things. And then they're wreaking, like, havoc for a little bit, and they kill one person. They kill a
They
friend.
kill people.
Yeah. It's like a
but
bit of a
then-
horror movie.
Then, the mum is trapped in the house with heaps of them.
Oh, yeah.
And you think, oh, fuck, she's fucking done now. Because these gremlin, one of them just killed a fully grown man. Like, she's cooked. And then she gets a knife and just stabs the fuck out of her through the head and wrecks it. I was
And he
like,
puts one in a blender, doesn't
she
she?
puts one in the microwave or
Yeah, in
something.
the microwave, and it's
It goes-
brutal.
She just
It's
fucking-
so awesome.
It was the most
You gotta watch it.
unexpected-
You'll love it, man.
I really want to see
Oh,
it.
man, so good.
I used to
Watch
love
it
that movie
tonight.
as a kid, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, God.
Well, you know what?
What?
I don't.
We do love the Weasleys on this podcast. and
Oh.
I think it might be time to bring back
Oh.
a little game called We Do Ron Ron
Yes!
Ron. Christmas
Theme song.
edition.
Theme song.
And because it's the Christmas edition, I've made a Christmas theme song.
Yay!
Alrighty, so I'll just get it ready here. And hopefully you can hear this at home. Weasley, have a Merry Christmas.
That was great.
So Merry
Can we do that
Christmas,
again?
guys. Yeah, sure. Weasley, have a Merry Christmas.
That's awesome.
It's really good.
Yeah, very festive.
Very festive.
If you haven't heard this game before, it's a bit complicated, but basically me and Hagrid have this game where when Ron's acting up, we call him little names. So when Ron eats heaps of cheese, we call him Ron Cheesley. When
He's
he's
The opposition leader.
opposite leader of the
Yeah.
Labour Party.
Ron Beasley.
Exactly. So I'm going to say what Ron's doing. Riordan and Andrew, it's a competition. You got to guess. You want to be the first ones to guess his correct name. And remember, it's the Christmas edition, so these are all Christmassy things.
Okay.
And last
So-
time Andrew won in the tiebreaker.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, so Riordan, if you want to finish the year on a high, you really need to win this one. So are you ready to play?
Yes.
We.
It's Lee.
Okay. When Santa climbed through Ron...
Ron Chimneasley.
Fuck! That was very young. That was quick. Ron on the day before Christmas.
Christmas
Ron,
Eve.
You have to say...
Ron Christmas Eve.
Yeah. You have to say the full Ron... Yeah, so that was Ron Christmas.
Did
Ron,
I get
Ron.
that point?
Yeah.
Yes. 2-0.
What about when Harry and Hermione and Professor Sprout, they were all decorating Ron?
Ron Christmas Treasley.
Yeah, Ron Christmas Treasley. I think Andrew got that again.
Yes. Getting destroyed.
What about when Ron and his friends, they like recreate the story of Jesus' birth?
Ron Natively.
Ron
Close.
Nativiteasley.
Yes, this is Ron Nativiteasley.
Yes.
I might give Riordan that one. Just
Oh,
because.
surely not. Okay, fine. 3-1.
All right. What about when Ron like sums up the Christmas spirit and he says, "It's better to give than it is to
Ron
Ron
receive. Ron gives and receive.
Ron is
Ron better to give than to receive.
That is what it is. But I don't know who gets that.
You can
point.
have that one.
They're all really quite long, so you have to speak really
3-2.
clearly.
You can have it.
All right.
Okay.
What about when let's say Hagrid walks in and he puts down the dinner and he like takes off the thing and it's a beautiful cooked poultry
Ron Turkleasley?
Yeah, it was Ron Turkeasley.
What? That's not anything.
Yeah, that's something.
What about when Ron makes those like round plant decorations?
Ron Wreathley.
Fuck, that's
Yeah.
good.
Does that even make sense?
I was going to say Hearthly. For some
I was
reason
thinking of
Hearth-
mistletoe.
Ron Wreaths.
Ron Reed.
Wreathley. Okay.
Ron
4-3.
Wreathley.
4-3 to me.
All right. What about on the 12 days of Christmas when there's a partridge in Ron?
Ron
Ron
Pear
Mama
Treasley.
Christmas comes to...
It was Ron Peartreasley.
Yes.
All right. Okay. There's one left, and it is very, very difficult.
As
Double
usual.
points?
Yeah, double points.
Yeah, sure. How about it's just as many points as Riordan needs to
He
win?
needs 3, so it's 3 points.
Okay. Ron is a biblical character.
Okay.
He's best known, I found out today, for being the one who actually helped Jesus' body off the cross when he was dead.
Oh my god.
Anyone know?
Of course not.
Okay.
Ron...
This guy
Beasley?
has the same name.
Is this a full name, like first and last name?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's two
He's got
two
the
full
same
names
name
in one
other
name.
Other than Ron. He has the same name as Jesus' father.
Ron.
So it's something... His
God.
name is something of where he's from.
Ron Joseph of Barham. Where the fuck is he? What?
Oh, if you don't know it based on that, you're not going to get it.
I don't think I know it.
R-
Joseph of...
give
is it
us-
Joseph of something?
Yeah.
Really?
Joseph of Nazareth?
No, it is a place, though.
Ron of... Joseph of Bethlehem?
Oh, you're definitely not going to get it now. Should I just say it? Because I do have another one up my sleeve.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
It
yeah
was
say that one.
John... No, it was Ron. It was Ron Joseph of Arimathea's.
I'm sure people were screaming it at home.
Yeah, people at home are literally kicking like their laptops and devices. The other one's even harder
Oh, good.
and even less Christmassy.
That's
And it's
fine.
another biblical.
Go with it. This one's
figure.
worth 3 points.
All
as well.
right, this one's for the win, I reckon.
Surely.
I actually need to look up who this person is and what they did because I don't know. I just don't know.
You just know the name.
Would we know the name?
Probably not.
That's fine. We're still doing it.
Okay, so Ron, he's fast forward a few years. He's one of the early leaders of the church. This is so dumb.
Yes.
A saint, in fact. And he's the reason I actually found him is he's the first one to put on like the nativity scene.
Yes.
I've forgotten what his name is now.
Well, that seems crucial.
I'll start to say it, and if
Okay.
you get it, it's the lightning scar round again.
Yeah. Lightning Scar.
It's Ron St. Francis.
Ron St. Francis of Assisi Lee.
Yes!
What is that?
Ron St. Francis of Assisi Lee.
What? Who's that?
I don't know. It's some guy.
Yeah, it's a
Read it.
dude,
Sorry.
Sorry, mate.
Huge get.
Yeah,
How do you know who that is?
That's well deserved.
You know St. Francis of Assisi.
Yeah, how do you know that?
No, I just heard of him.
Or maybe you just heard of
We got friends of
Ron
friends.
St. Francis
Yeah,
of Assisi Lee.
Yeah, I've heard of him through the game that Hagrid always plays with Nathan.
Yeah, so that was the Christmas edition.
Oh, goodness me. Well, you know what? I've got a game too.
A Christmas game?
Yeah. Magic much? Christmas edition.
Hey.
Oh, fuck. Actually, I didn't actually come up
Magic
with any
much?
ideas. I didn't actually come up with any ideas. I just remembered. I'll just make some up on the
That's
spot.
cool.
I just wrote down Magic Much Christmas edition. So in this game, we have a little discussion about, whether of two things which I propose, which of those two things are more magical. Mm-hmm. And this is the Christmas edition. So let's start with the big guns. Is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or an elf more magical?
Any given elf?
Yeah, I guess the concept of elfdom.
Well,
Elfdom.
Rudolph is an exceptionally magical reindeer.
Yeah, not many reindeers can fly, let alone
I
have
know
a
about
red nose.
8 reindeers that can fly.
Okay.
Is there 8 of them, is there?
Well, I don't even know.
Come Dasher, come Prancer, come Ollie and Steve.
Okay, so there's 5.
I love
Ollie,
Steve
Steven,
the reindeer.
Rudolph. Yeah, but then, he does also have that additional magical element of the red nose. So
Does that push him over the line? I think it might. Elves, what do they even do?
Yeah, what do they do?
It's not that magic to just be small.
they just do the cleaning for wizards.
Yeah.
Sucks to be an elf.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Rudolph.
Yeah,
I have to agree.
So Rudolph wins that round.
easily.
I'll do one more. What about, who's more magic? Santa or Jesus?
Oh, that is
Ooh, we're
very
in some
tricky.
spicy territory. Okay,
No,
Jesus
let's talk
could
magic.
turn water into wine. Pretty magic.
Resurrection. A bit of a Nicholas Flamel, if you will.
Santa can survive the extreme climate of the North Pole.
True.
Mm.
And has an army of magical elf slaves that work for him,
Yes.
which is also pretty magical.
That's pretty cool.
And he gets around the world fast.
Jesus, though, made the world in 6 days.
That's not true.
Well, I mean, yeah, but...
I mean, not even by the Bible's standard.
Oh, really?
Well, it was God, wasn't it? Not Jesus.
Yeah, but God in 3 persons,
Yeah,
brother.
but Riordan,
God
by
in
your
3
reasoning,
persons.
you could just say, well, Santa didn't really deliver all those presents really quickly. Someone made that up.
No,
So
because
we gotta
no, I'm not saying that.
assume
Because,
everything is as it...
no. What I'm saying is, in the Bible, it says God made the world,
But
not
God is
Jesus.
Jesus, you silly boy.
Nah, Jesus' son. He's birthed by the Mary and the carpenter.
Wow.
Riordan, you're getting bogged down in technicalities.
It's God in 3 persons, dude. What about the loaves and fishes?
Yeah, pretty. But he doesn't have a wand.
That's almost more impressive.
Yeah,
But Santa doesn't have a wand either.
true.
What does Santa actually have? He's got
True.
omniscience.
A what? Santa.
He knows everything.
Yeah,
Santa does?
yeah, true.
I
He
think
does
so.
know
He knows
everything.
Oh,
what
yeah,
you've
yeah,
been
yeah.
doing.
But they
He
both
knows
have
if you've been
omniscience.
naughty.
Okay, so they're equal in terms of
Okay.
omniscience.
Let's rank them on their omnis. Omniscience.
Okay. Dead
Equal.
even. Dead heat.
Omnipotence.
I think Jesus can do a bit more than Santa.
I think he can too. I think he can too.
Didn't get it.
Yeah, okay.
Omnipresence.
Santa.
Well, Santa
He's got more presents.
has more presents.
Very done. Santa's more magical. He has way more presents.
So Santa's more magical because of his omnipresence.
Jesus hasn't given me a single present on Christmas, and that's his birthday.
The gift of eternal life.
Hello.
Do you reckon Santa gives Jesus presents?
Depends if he's been naughty or nice, dude.
O Ron, all ye faithful, Albie and Minerva, O Ron ye to Hogwarts. Sing.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Come Dursley, come Digley, come Pansy, come Voldy.
Who's Digley?
I looked it up, I had to Wikipedia it. Come Crouchy, come Cho Chang, come Dotty and Ronnie. A Harry Christmas to you all.
Very nice. A Hare Krishna to all our fans.
Harry Krishna on the most wonderful time of the year.
Well, that was...
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Who's Digley?
Diggly.
Diggly. Not related to Daedalus Diggle, surely.
Oh, maybe that is who it was.
Do you mean Cedric Digley?
Oh, no, it was just Daedalus Diggle.
Oh. You can't call him Diggly.
I hastily looked up characters like alphabetically before
Surely
I put this
there was
together.
someone else you could have used other than Diggly.
Yeah, hastily. I said hastily.
Yeah.
You know, because it sounded like you put a lot of thought into that.
I've got one Christmas-based segment, so...
Well, aren't we going to give each other
excited.
presents?
Oh, yes!
Should we do that now?
Yes, let's give each other presents.
So we decided during the week that we were going to get each other presents.
Well, maybe I'll kick things off.
Okay.
It was actually Riordan's birthday recently. Riordan always gets very thoughtful.
That's a good pot of fact.
Yeah, that's the 6th of December, if anyone wants to send him anything. But Riordan, I came across probably the most cursed item on the internet. I know...
that's some dark magic.
Well, I know Dobby is your political idol.
Yes.
And this is an authentic piece of Dobby merchandise. Look at...
Oh, yeah!
Look at this is the most horrible thing.
Grossest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Look, it's an official like Warner Brothers merchandise.
Dude, he's got a ball sack on his chin.
Okay, can you quickly describe what it is, Nate?
It's a Dobby sort of plush toy. It's tiny, but its head is massive. Its nose is like protruding upwards, like
It's crooked,
Like Petunia.
much like Petunia.
Yeah.
It's got little pursed lips that I really hate. So we'll post a picture of
got a
you
couple
with
boogers.
It's almost like they had to make it look enough not like Dobby where they wouldn't have any copyright infringement claims.
and I think this particular one came from Europe because they've got like Dobby on the tag, but then they also call him Gund. So apparently Dobby's called Gund, probably in Scandinavia or some shit. But anyway, happy birthday and a very Merry Christmas.
Oh, wow, that's awful. That will haunt me for...
It's
as I
really,
sleep.
it's evil.
He's got
It
like
follows you around. Look,
stitched ears.
move around the room and his eyes follow you.
I'm pretty sure it's from like Nocturne Alley or some shit.
Oh,
like,
very good. Good.
Dude, and his
Cracking
head
reference.
is cranked on this weird
But look at his
angle.
ear. It's all sewed up and... Oh, yeah.
look at its hair as well. It's all matted and disgusting.
Oh, that's awful. And well, I don't know if this is great radio for people who are listening at home, but we will post a picture of that, obviously, and prepare to be fucking terrified.
We'll put it on our Instagram if you're not already following us.
Yeah,
Paging
please
Mr.
follow
Potter.
us.
I think that's the handle. No one else has Paging Mr. Potter. I'm
I
pretty
wouldn't
sure.
have thought so.
Well, should I give out my gifts?
Yes.
Please.
So I was actually kind of lucky because I forgot to do the whole present thing. But actually, my girlfriend Emma was kind enough to buy us all a little gift.
Ooh, wow.
Which I've now sort of
Taking credit for.
hijacked and taken credit for. So they're just like this small gift, just 3 little Harry Potter pens. But also, Emma assigned us houses. So she put me in Gryffindor. Everyone would agree with that, of course.
disagree.
Very biased.
Riordan, you're Hufflepuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's about right, I think.
All right.
And Nathan is Slytherin.
Oh, what? I thought Nathan would be Gringotts.
That's not all right.
I looked up the worst Harry Potter gifts that are on the internet.
Sick. Sounds
And
like
it seems
you and
like-
Nathan have been on similar
It's like
websites.
Nate's already bought it for me. So you could just talk me through like yes, no, if you want it. How do you think about
So
it?
what is this website?
I've scoured the entire web. I've gone onto many different websites to try to find these.
Just find the worst shit.
Yeah, to find the worst shit. Okay, let's kick things off with a lingerie that has chamber. It's a female lingerie.
Oh, no.
Chamber of Secrets on the front.
That'll barely cover my basilisk.
So for your loved one or your significant other,
That's all.
maybe they might want.
Terrible gift. How much is it out of interest?
I think it was on eBay. It was quite cheap. I think it was just homemade by someone. I don't think it was official Potter merch.
Oh, God.
Okay, then we have this mounted Dobby head,
Oh, God.
which, if I describe for the listener, looks like
I want to vomit.
Again, this will be on the Instagram, so go to Paging Mr. Potter so you can laugh along with us. It is a mounted Dobby head, and Dobby is dead in his head. It's like a...
That
No.
is nightmarish.
When you say mounted, do you mean like how people will put like a deer's head up on the wall?
Yes,
or
exactly.
something? Yeah.
That's what it is. And it's
So
going
it's a decapitated Dobby's head.
decapitated Dobby's head going for just 90 Australian dollars on Etsy.
But it looks like Dobby has... This has happened towards the end of his life because he looks very old.
Yeah, he looks quite weathered, which is good. At least he's had a good life before he's been...
Before he was slaughtered.
Yes,
They made him look a bit like uncanny as well, like a bit human.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
So, any of you want that one?
I'd actually rather the G-banger.
Okay. Very interesting. All right, what about just this nice Harry Potter one? This is the Nimbus 2000.
That's not a one. That's a broom.
Sorry, Nimbus 2000 broom.
Okay.
But that's so out of date. I want a
Yeah.
firebolt or whatever.
Oh, very
Well,
good.
the thing about this broom is that it actually has been discontinued because it became a little bit problematic because you would turn it on, put it in between your legs, and it would vibrate. And there were several Amazon reviews of people just being like, "I bought this for my daughter."
An incredible
and it's
time.
fucked. And then sex shops started selling it, and then they stopped selling
That's
it.
awesome.
So
At
that's
least that one's fun.
Yeah.
and so that was discontinued. One of the reviews title is "Keep the battery out!" Exclamation mark. This broomstick has cute effects and vibrates when they put it between their legs to fly. Come on, what were the creators of this toy thinking? She'll keep playing with the Nimbus 2000, but with the batteries removed.
Yeah, that's what she'll
That's
tell
no
you.
good. What about these nice... Do you want some Harry Potter jewelry?
Oh.
So these are some metal wands, I guess, that you would put around your neck.
I think the weird thing about this one is, like, okay, we're talking about Harry Potter. We have the context of that. We can see that they're wands. For the average person, they kind of look like miniaturized, like, walking sticks that you've got hanging around your neck. Quite an odd... I mean, both odd choices.
And I feel I'd be worried about impaling myself on it. What
We
else
definitely
got?
have to post all of these, by the
we'll
way.
post
These are
all of
amazing.
this. So please get on the Facebook page. or on the-
Ravenclaw common room scented candles. I don't know what that
What the
could possibly mean.
That's disgusting.
Then so there was this list of the 63 Harry Potter gifts you need to get for like Harry Potter fans. And
63?
There was 63. It was on Board Panda. And like multiple of the 63 were happy birthday cards, which are just like not a Christmas present at all. I think that's probably the worst of them all.
So, should we have a little AI Rowling?
Yes.
All right. So, the ending of this page is, I'm reading it verbatim, Hagrid helped Harry pile some of it into a bag. The gold ones are galleons, he explained. 17 silver sickles too, and then that's the end of the page.
I hope A.R. Rowling comes up with something a bit Christmassy, because that's not a very festive page so far.
No.
Failed to see how it applies to Christmas.
What was JK thinking?
Would it work if we did the exact same thing, but you just throw in a few Christmas words?
Yeah, big
like
time.
holly,
Right.
Mary,
No,
Mary.
you got to give me a sentence of some sort.
Tender
right.
infant.
Okay.
The infant that's tender
Read it.
and mild.
Tender infant, meek and mild. Harry and Hagrid
Three wise men.
were hanging out with the three wise men.
And a heck of a lot of presents.
Yep.
There were. He couldn't tell. He couldn't decide if there were more presents or reindeers.
No, that's
Nice.
All right, so that's what we'll see it in. So now we want to see what AI Rowling comes up with after that. So I've added one more sentence to the end. So the entire passage that we're sending through to AI Rowling is: tender infant, meek and mild, Harry and Hagrid were hanging out with the three wise men. Mm-hmm. He couldn't decide if there were more presents or reindeers. It's Christmas for Pete's sake. And then AI Rowling says, Harry hesitated, then pulled a long piece of parchment towards the bottom of his long robes, and the door slid open again.
So is maybe that Santa coming through the door with presents?
Santa's coming through the door, yeah. Well, I was wondering if it was perhaps a bit of a, is that a long piece of parchment, or are you just happy to see me sort of situation? Harry hesitated and then pulled a long piece of parchment.
Dude, maybe Santa should knock on Christmas Eve, because some kids are going to be jacking it. Maybe that's what AI Rowling's getting at.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's just look into that again. Let's critique this slightly. Harry hesitated, then pulled a long piece of parchment towards the bottom of his long robes. Now, it sounds like he's pulling the parchment towards the bottom of his long robes, but rather, I posit that Harry is, in fact, pulling a long piece of parchment that is already towards the bottom of his long robes, as in he's holding onto a monster.
Are we talking over the robes sort of situation, or is he is it under the robes?
I mean, the way I'm visualizing it, and I am, he's got an absolute hog that's hanging down towards
Christmas hog.
A Christmas hog hanging down towards the bottom of his robes, and he's pulling it. That's what's
and
in
then
the text.
in comes Saint Nick without a care in the world.
Ho ho ho!
Ho ho ho! Ho ho holy moly! That's a big Christmas hog, he says.
Oh my god! Okay, so
Come dasher.
let me read you the next sentence. He looked over at the other and dashed back into his office. Oh. His wand flew over his head and slid into the room.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, the manhole was gleaming.
The manhole?
The manhole.
Oh, no, it does not say that.
That is what it says.
It does not say that.
The manhole was gleaming.
Oh, my God.
Read, and that is what it says.
Yeah,
does it not?
I can confirm it does say the manhole was
So now Harry must have bent over.
He's about to receive his present.
I don't know if he's been naughty or nice.
But his manhole was gleaming.
Well, you
AI
can
Rowling, you dirty bitch.
read into that. We don't need to join the dots for you there.
Oh.
We have.
And then the final part of
didn't
this
need
is there was a loud sigh. That's the final
yeah.
sentence. So
I've
that all
been
checks
there
out.
before.
Yeah, so that's... So Merry Christmas, one and all. That was awful.
Wow, that's delivered more than I could have ever hoped.
The only real Christmas thing I have, and I'll admit that this isn't really anything, but I was at my work Christmas thing the other day.
Yeah.
And we went to bowling. So it was it wasn't the Christmas party, but it was like a sort of team day, and we all went to strike bowling.
Oh, I love bowling.
Yeah. Oh well, there you go. You would have had a ball, but we were at bowling, and then there was a staff member at strike bowling whose job was to sort of rally us and say you're in this lane and blah blah blah. And I've never met someone with more sort of lust for life and gusto.
More beans.
And she wasn't like 18 or something. Like, this woman must have been... She looked like she was in her 30s. And she's just literally like, can I get a hell yeah? It's the Christmas party! And
That's awesome.
And I work in pretty much IT, so that everyone there is sort of sitting there
Coward and went back into their shells.
yeah, everyone's terrified by this.
Back on their phones.
All right, bully. But yeah, and then she's like, I can't hear you. Like, literally saying all this. Just it was
One-man party.
It was crazy. Everyone else in the whole bowling alley was looking over at her like, what the fuck? And she was screaming.
Just the left side now.
It was so loud. She's like, first person to get a strike gets a prize.
So awesome.
And I was just like, I fucking do not want to get a strike. And then she comes over and she's like, who got it? Who got that strike? And then it was somebody I work with. I won't name them for obvious reasons. And then she's like, "You get a prize." Oh, let me think. What prize should I give you? And then she's like, "I'll be back. I'll be back." And then she comes back with like a bowling pin water bottle.
That's awesome.
That is sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, not a story, not really anything, but I just had to tell you about it.
Away in a Granger, no one for a boy, the little boy Potter had no one to wave with magic powers.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
I lost it a bit. I had the first line, and then I thought you
could
guys
see the
would.
fear in your eyes.
I
as
think
you
you
were
did an
singing.
outstanding job for someone who's as drunk as you are at this moment.
Yep. Riordan's in the festive spirit. It's definitely the silly season. Riordan is fucking... We got a message from Riordan a couple hours ago that just went, "Interesting development, I'm fucking blind." We're like, okay. So Riordan's drunk. This is the Christmas episode.
He's full of cheer, let's just put it that way.
This is what baby Jesus would want.
Yeah.
Sure. You're all pissed up on that frankincense, bitch. But also, I don't know what frankincense is. So this is the Christmas episode, the last episode for this year, episode 99 of Paging Mr. Potter, where we read one page of Harry Potter every week, meaning we are up to page 99 as well. My name's Andrew. The drunk guy is Riordan, and Nathan's the other one.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
So we're going to leave everyone dangling on episode 99 until the new year.
I know, we did briefly flirt with doing the 100th episode this year, but I gotta be honest with you, recording this podcast is starting to wear pretty thin, so decided, no, I don't want to. We'll do that next year. It'll be very exciting. And absence does make the heart grow fonder, so I'm sure it'll be good for all you Potterphiles as well.
Exactly. We got to play hard to get on this podcast. We got to start negging our listeners. We've been too nice.
Yeah, we've been playing hard to listen to, but we should be playing hard to get.
Yeah, now it's not even available. It's literally hard to get. Because we're not going to produce it for ages.
Is this like the third year running where we've opened the Christmas podcast with Away in a Granger?
Doesn't
Pretty lazy.
matter. If you're onto a good thing, are you seriously? You're not going to get anything better than Away in a Granger. Come on.
I agree with Riordan. I mean,
Okay.
Away in a Granger, that is just funny shit.
I did pitch once in Royal Dobby's City, but it wasn't voted down. So
was
Away in a
shut
Granger
down.
it was.
Hey, I think I have some Christmas Hufflepuff though.
All right, why not?
Here's the thing. Was Rudolph just a little piece of shit?
Okay, he's going after
Show you're
Rudolph.
working.
Dude, because Rudolph's whole shtick is that, oh, Prancer didn't like him, Dasher didn't like him, oh, he was such an outcast. Well, did he maybe have a look inwards? Maybe he was just super not chill to hang around with. Maybe he had bad vibes. Maybe Rudolph was just a bit of a pain in the ass.
You know, it's interesting you say that. I've always wondered, well, I haven't always wondered this. I just
Always
thought of it,
wondered.
but I wonder if Rudolph maybe is like the whole Rudolph the reindeer, red-nosed reindeer story, whether that's sort of an allegory for alcoholism, because Rudolph is clearly not very popular, as you've mentioned, Comet and Dasher and all the rest of the gang.
They hate
don't
him.
fuck with him. And it's probably his fault. And so then I imagine maybe you turn to the drink. And then, because, having that big red nose, it's in white people, it's normally a sign of alcoholism. So I wonder if perhaps he just had a red nose from drinking too many beers, too much Christmas cheer for young Rudolph.
Well, and then suddenly he could party, and everyone was like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Once he became an absolute maniac on the bevs, then he it was cool.
Well, I don't normally like Riordan, but he's pretty drunk at the moment, and I have to say...
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm warming
he's
to him.
growing on me.
So, do we actually have anything Christmassy this week? I've got a Mad Eye Movies from Lenny this week, but that's not Christmas related at all.
I've got
you
one
guys have anything?
Christmassy thing to try and get us in the spirit.
Okay, that's
I've
probably
come
plenty.
bearing gifts, much like the three wise men.
Wow.
So, Rabbit Dog Riordan, he has a famous catchphrase, does he not?
Schwang.
That's the one. And we briefly flirted with the mental idea of making up some schwang merchandise for fans of the pod.
Yeah,
and I'm
it is
very
mental.
proud to say I've received something interesting in the mail today.
No.
No.
Stop it.
Yeah, we each will go home with a schwang stubby holder. Now, this is a stubby holder with a picture of Riordan Lee's face on it, and his cat Leo, or is it McGonagall, who's to say, and obviously schwang in huge text.
I can't believe you got that made up.
Thanks very much to Snapfish. I mean, I have to say, $85 doesn't go a long way with you, Mob.
$85?
I'm not blown away by the quality.
It looks like shit, dude.
Dude, how many did you get?
That's awesome.
How many did you get?
Riordan's face is looking like one big pixel, and the great thing is, when you actually put a beer in there, it stretches out his face horizontally. So it looks ridiculous.
That's great.
How much more enjoyable is this beer? Knowing it's going out of fucking stupid Riordan's head. So yeah, I hope
That's
you guys
an amazing
enjoy.
gift. Thank you so much, Nathan. That's a fantastic gift.
Would you guys get me?
Riordan, did you get me a gift?
I did. I got you gifts based on the Harry Potter series that we read every week.
What?
Let me just give me one sec. All right, who wants their gift first?
I do.
Nathan does.
Nathan, to you, I give you.
Is that a
tissue?
used Kleenex?
It's a single piece of tissue paper.
Okay, and how's that from Harry Potter? Just
That's
remind
all.
me.
That is actually what the Dursleys got Harry in the Order of the Phoenix for Christmas. They
Is
got
that
him
really?
They did. They got him a single piece of tissue paper.
That's so crazy that they wrote that.
They sent him.
that she wrote that.
They sent him a single piece of tissue paper, and they also asked if he could stay at Hogwarts for the summer.
Wow. Well, I have to say, if it's good enough for the hero and protagonist of the story, then thank you, Riordan. It's good enough for me.
I think you'll do great things, Nathan. As you say, it worked for Harry.
And Andrew, I haven't.
What did I get? I mean, you've really whet my appetite with that gift.
Well, I've followed a similar.
What have you got for
theme.
me? A scrunched up bit of toilet paper or
A bit of dirt from your
I've got you
shoes.
a
grass clippings? Some used chewing gum, maybe.
I don't have it on me right now, Andrew. But as an IOU, a 50-cent coin, just like the Dursleys gave Harry in The Prisoner of Azkaban over Christmas, where they gave him a 50-cent coin for Christmas.
I'm going to hold you to that. I want that 50-cent coin.
Those are great gag presents by the Dursleys, though. We said how funny they are throughout the pod, and I like them even more.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They're so close with Harry that they know that it's not going to come down to what actual gift. They've already given
Material
him the
possessions
gift of-
mean nothing to him. I mean, what do you get the boy who lived?
I mean, he can. It's a boy who can magic up anything he wants. So what could you possibly get him that he can't just magic up with a simple swish of a wand?
But one thing you can't whip up with a little swish of a wand, and the Weasley twins are evidence for this, is humour. And so what they've done there is they've created a joke present, given him a tissue, and they've said, Harry, I hope this makes you chuckle. I hope that tickles you. And I imagine it did. Well,
guys, I've got a Christmas segment for us to wrap the pod up.
yay.
How exciting.
All right, ready, Nathan? Maybe you can fix up some music to this, but here's the intro. Slug-horny, horny, horny, horny. Slug-horny, I'm slug-horny, horny, horny tonight. Or am I?
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So this
Okay,
is
yep.
a bit of a spin-off.
I can't imagine this. I don't know what this segment is yet. I'm almost certain this isn't going to change Maddie's view of you, Reed.
Okay, so this game, I don't know if you remember last year, cast your mind back 52 weeks ago, I did a segment on this very same edition of the podcast, the Christmas episode, where I went through a bunch of the most cursed Harry Potter merchandise that there is that you could possibly
I do vaguely
buy.
remember that, actually.
Yeah, that'll never leave me.
So this week, I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole of on Etsy of cursed, vaguely sexual Harry Potter merchandise, and I want to bring this merchandise to you and you tell me if it makes you slug-horny or not.
Okay.
So just to recap, actually, I think last year one of the gifts was a Nimbus 2000 broomstick, which
vibrated.
Vibrated like you were really riding a broomstick, and
right.
people were just using it as a vibrator.
Well, it was a children's toy, Andrew, and that's where.
But then Sex Stop started stocking them, right, Riordan?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. And then
And wasn't there a pair of sexy G-banger undies with like Chamber of Secrets at the front?
Yeah, that was right.
It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Very upsetting.
It's interesting that you bring that up, Nathan, because what I've got here is on Etsy by Dirty Nerd Harry Potter, who's a user. They have made a bunch of Harry Potter panties with a number of sexy phrases. So maybe I could shoot a few of these at you, and you can tell me if they make you slug-horny or not.
So wait, are they written on the panties?
Yeah, they're printed on the front of the female panty.
Okay.
So if you want one, if you want a sexy gift for your Harry Potter lover, then head over to Etsy at Dirty Nerd Harry Potter, and then you can get your hands on one of these.
I mean, this is free advertising. We should be charging them, really. They should be sending us some free ones.
I won't need Petrificus totalis to make you stiff.
Okay, I mean, I don't get it, but I mean, presumably it's something that makes you stiff. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Horny?
Not overly.
What about this?
I long for your bottom.
That's good. That's good shit.
Weasley your way into my pants.
Ugh.
Ew.
Horny?
That
Slug-horny?
did the opposite of make me horny.
Yeah, that was awful.
One just says Horcrux with whore with a W.
Oh. Yuck. That's not very nice. That's just an insult.
And then another one says, your parcel tongue opens my chamber of secrets.
That's pretty funny.
And finally, in the panty edition, Womp my willow.
Womp.
I don't know how slug-horny they made me, but I found them all quite funny.
I feel like you could almost take any word from Harry Potter, like any term, and just say, like, womp my willow. You could be like, slug my horn. That sounds pretty horny. Or dumble my door.
If you actually...
Now, what might push you over the edge is I've got some Harry Potter artwork from Etsy that I'd like to bring to your attention. And we'll put this on the Instagram page at Paging Mr. Potter. Does this, I'm going to put on the group chat, guys, if you guys want to head over there. And maybe, Nathan, you can describe this first one. This one, I'm just going to send across now. Oop, just that first one.
Oh, wow. Oh, God. Okay, so we've seen a very...
Oh, what the fuck is that?
It's a very intimate, very sexual nude painting. I couldn't
Who's
tell
that
you
meant to be?
I couldn't tell
I
you
think
who
one of
they
them is
are.
Lucius Malfoy.
We've got Lucius Malfoy holding a long staff of some kind.
A scepter.
I don't know who the other
Where did you
two are.
find this?
And that, and according to the artwork, that is Lily Potter in the middle. That's Harry's dead mother, Lily Potter, in the middle.
Tasteful.
Who's the one at the back then?
At the back.
Is that Severus Snape, maybe?
No, yeah, it's Snape, Lucius, and Lily.
Okay. So, I mean, they're all having sex in this picture, and it's about as awful as you imagine. It's also quite poorly done. I mean, it looks like Lucius is missing a leg, so I don't know what's going on there.
A tasteful addition to any Potterfile's home.
How would you describe this one?
Oh my god. I mean, how do I describe this?
Okay, so we're looking at a face mask, aren't we?
Yeah, no, this is a
COVID.
Harry Potter face mask. And hold on, sorry, let me just find the description.
I didn't realize
So
it was a face mask.
You're supposed to wear this around in public. It's Harry Potter wearing, just barely enough cloth to cover
It's like a jock strap, really.
It's a leather
It's like a
jock strap.
I don't know.
leather jock strap.
It is leather, isn't it? And he's got a big hard broom. He's looking
looks
very
fucking good.
sultry. And he's got like the big hairy chest. It's awful. It's a COVID face mask.
I'm sorry. Who in the world would make this?
Well, okay, Nathan.
Because who would wear it? Let alone
Andrew.
been thinking there's enough people out there that you would actually make this.
Would you like to
Let
know
alone
how many
turn a
sales?
profit.
Would you like to know how many sales this mask has had on Etsy?
Oh god.
If it's more than 5, I'll be fucking stunned.
Guess.
5.
Higher.
Sorry, are we playing Hermione? Do you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
I reckon 100. Even
Higher.
that's way too many.
Higher. 200.
Higher.
500.
Jesus.
Higher.
Oh
1,000.
no, read it. Put us out of our misery.
2,046. And let me read you some of the reviews. Here we are, Rhonda from 13th of August 2020. Super comfortable. Wore it for 8 hours around Disneyland and got a lot of compliments.
Disneyland.
What?
That's where
Dude,
children
also-
go.
Am I seeing this correctly? He's holding his wand, which appears to be ejaculating. Is that what I'm seeing?
I didn't even clock that.
Look at it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
that's-
indeed.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But his penis isn't.
No. Well, that's good. I'm sure the kids at Disneyland just adored seeing that.
There are 456 reviews of it. Love the mask.
dude.
It's perfect for my daughter. This is her character for the cheer season. Only issue was the sticker label. I'm glad I opened it first as my daughter might have wanted to change your logo.
Jeez.
Wow.
I don't think I understand people really.
It's a crazy world out there, Andrew. But
It
these,
really is.
hey, these are our friends, the Harry Potter universe.
Please tell me there's no more, Riordan.
That's the end of Slug-horny, honey, honey, honey.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I hated that. But the title of the segment was great.
Merry Christmas.
Now, Andrew, you promised us a wrap of the whole year.
Yes.
Hit us with it.
Okay, so I thought this could be the way we end the pod for the year. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. So I've called this 2020 a year to Ron member.
Nice.
Very good.
Okay. In the first Paging Mr. Potter episode this year, Harry Potter was leaving Gringotts with a pocket full of cash and a head full of dreams. Over the ensuing 40-odd weeks, we, the host of this podcast, and you, our adoring Potterphiles, have meticulously followed the extraordinary story of our beloved hero, who subsequently bought a stick, caught a train, and put on a hat.
Well, when you put it like that, this does all sound very
is
interesting and worthwhile.
crushing.
Yes, it has certainly been an action-packed year on this podcast, and art has a funny way of mirroring the real world. And yes, I do consider Paging Mr. Potter to be art. 2020, what a crazy ride. 2020, enough already. 2020, train wreck. I've watched a lot of television this year, and so I know that it has been an eventful one, because the Commonwealth Bank and Coles and Telstra and Bunnings Warehouse keep mentioning it before trying to sell me a product I don't need. But seriously, if somebody had told me this time last year all the things that were going to happen in 2020, I would have said, are you playing Bellatrix on me? Because this all sounds a little strange.
Riordan, what's happened to our friend Andrew?
Oh no! What have you done with my good friend Andrew?
Terrible bushfires in Australia and LA. A global pandemic. Riots on the streets of America, and genuine talks of a civil war. Evidence that our brave soldiers were executing unarmed civilians in our name in an illegal war. And most egregiously, Bondi hipsters getting their own TV show. Even though it's been 10 years since anybody has used the term hipster. And let's not forget that things were already pretty bang out of order before this year even got started. Donald Trump was already the US president. Australia was already in the diplomatic deep freeze with China, and global leaders for years have been doing approximately fuck all about environmental issues, consigning young and future generations to poverty and misery on an Outback Steakhouse jacket potato of a planet.
Perhaps this is why this podcast has been a perverse comfort to many, including myself, in these frenetic times. Every week, we turn on the news and something awful has happened in the world. But when you turn on this podcast, nothing's happened.
That's so true.
There hasn't been some terrible development. Harry's just walked 3 steps and asked a pointless question. End of page. There's something grounding and almost meditative about that. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a bad podcast. Objectively and obviously, it isn't good. And if it does have some soothing utility, know that it was not by design. We chose this format because it was easy and we wouldn't need to put in any effort. And I note that Riordan is literally drunk as we record this. With that said, I do genuinely want to thank all of you maniac Potterfiles out there for supporting us and saying nice things to us and honestly providing approximately 90% of the content. It stuns me that people actually listen to this, but I was also skeptical about the staying power of Ushies, so what would I know?
We are the Ushies of podcasts.
I also want to thank you guys, Nathan and Riordan, for being funny boys and good friends. One of the most common bits of feedback we get, other than requests to keep doing Word of the Week, is that listening to this podcast is like hanging out with friends. And that's because we actually are friends. And if we weren't doing this podcast, we'd still be sitting around having the same inane conversations and making the same jokes.
Very, very true.
I mean, not exactly the same. Obviously, we wouldn't actually be talking about Harry Potter. But
Of course not.
you know what I mean. Okay, I wanted to leave you with some philosophical lesson that we can take from Harry Potter. Like, if we could all be a little bit more like Nymphadora Tonks, think of what a wonderful world we would live in. But of course, I don't actually know anything about Harry Potter or any of the characters or even really the plot. Also, I realized that the only thing more idiotic than giving life advice on a Harry Potter podcast would be taking life advice from a Harry Potter podcast. So instead, here's a Tom riddle for you. What did the Sikh man say when Santa gave him exactly what he wanted?
Seek man.
It's a Christmas quiracle.
Twas the night before Christmas, everyone in their homes. The Potterfiles were sleeping, most of them alone. Santa checked his list first, then he checked his list twice to see if the PMP boys had been naughty or nice. Now, they didn't talk much about wizards or squibs, but discussed at great length if a man fucked a squid. And if you thought this smut was too foul for your ears, well, that only just started. That was the first of the year. Despite protestations, they did a show in the nude. It felt weird. It felt icky. It did not feel good. They left content in that they ought to admit, like insisting that Batman should lick some more clit. For weeks, they discussed if Snape's ever fucked. Had he got his dick wet? Was the man but a cuck? And they treated their fans with needless disdain, even though they sent gifts, goodwill, and good games. They danced on the grave when Prince Philip died, laughing and pointing while a whole nation cried. They analysed hogs, and by that I mean cocks. No, not pigs, no, not roosters, celebrity cocks. There were wowsers who vanished with all their knuts, or was it the Weasleys, those ginger-haired fucks? Come Moon Man, come Marley, come Husey, come Huck, come Ben Lee, come Aura, come Khalid, come Zuck. And that's only half of all of the names this hateful trio chose to defame. And we haven't even got to Louis C.K. Was he a chimp in the film, jacking off in a cage? And don't forget Kellogg, who was naughty and then some, who shoved tubes of yogurt up little boys' bum-bums. 'Tis a bad pod, a sad pod. A foul pod indeed. It should never be broadcast. There's simply no need. And if you are listening, St. Nick must insist. It is sick. It is vile. You must cease and desist. For this podcast is wretched. It's bad for your soul. And if you indulge, all you will get is coal. But if you're still listening, if your head's not quite right, Merry Christmas, you sickos. And to all, a good night.
Wow,
Oh
bravo,
my
Riordan.
God.
Oh my god. It really is
Riordan
the
Lee.
year that was. What a fucking mental year, 2021.
I'm impressed as well. I mean, you.
Very good.
I know for a fact you only came up with that in the last 20 minutes, so that's fucking impressive.
Thank you. That's
I don't
why
even know how you record any of that content because I didn't know what you were talking about for half of it.
It was actually thanks to I obviously haven't gone back and listened to all of our podcasts because that's awful. I
Sure,
just
why would ya?
Yeah, when you go back and flick through all just like the pods and the descriptions and stuff, we actually covered a lot of ground this year.
We did, but hearing it all sort of one after the other really left me with the impression that we're quite fucked in the head.
Yeah.
As you explained.
Well, I mean, we covered a lot of ground in the way that a sort of mentally ill vagrant might. Like they might meander around. And
Aimlessly shouting at
searching
people
for half-finished durries. Wait, that's needlessly slack to homeless people, so let's forget I said that. We're already in sent as bad books. I'm going to try, let's use this pod, the Christmas special, to, win back some credit with old St. Nick. And in doing so, win the hearts of the podophiles just before Christmas. Well, Riordan, congratulations. That was a very, very strong start to the pod. First decent one in weeks. And also...
Congratulations.
It reminded me...
Thank you so much.
It reminded me that at the very start of the year... I feel like you for most of the year, you're pretty much dormant. But at the very start of the year, you had a very, very funny sea shanty, which I went back and listened to recently. And then at the very last episode of the year, you did a passable intro. So,
Thank
my
you
hat goes
so
off
much.
to you.
Yeah, I like to bookend the year with two just sort of bursts of effort. So this was literally half an hour before we started the podcast, just sort of rapidly rushed through this.
Well, hey,
but I
you
must
might
say
go home with the Christmas medal, my friend.
the Christmas medal.
Exciting. Well, it's interesting because we did say, I think we realized today, this should probably be the last pod for the year. Mm-hmm. It'll be our Christmas pod. And then we realized we didn't have anything ready to go. But luckily, well, I mean, now I suppose that's all you've got. You've now done that.
I haven't even read the page,
else.
man. Haven't got literally. I've gassed out early. I've used up all my gear within the first sort of 5 minutes of the pod.
I've also got nothing. So I think you said, hey, boys, I need another 20 minutes to put this thing together. And I said, that's great. I'll put another movie on rather than think of any content. So I don't have anything.
Of course not. I do have one Christmassy thing.
Yes. Okay, we're good then. That's all we need. We just need one thing, I think.
Yeah. We can stretch this one thing out for 40, 50 minutes. No problem. Fine by me.
Time.
As we said, doesn't have to be good, just has to be words. So, as you guys
the
know...
the motto of our podcast. It doesn't have to be good.
Anything can be a podcast. You just
Half of the things we say aren't even words. They're just gobbledygook normally, but...
Yeah. Well, anyway, one of the things, in addition to gobbledygook, another thing that we're well known for on this podcast is splashing out and squandering huge sums of money on completely frivolous bullshit that goes nowhere. And it's also a bit of a Christmas tradition of ours ever since spent upwards of $80 last year on the Schwang stubby holders. I don't know if people remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. I still use it all the time.
Very poor quality, but, expensive. Well,
that's what you look for in a product. Poor workmanship, but high price.
we've got a keen eye for a bargain on this podcast. So anyway, I've got another I'd say very generous present again this year. And despite, for the majority of the year being made fun of by the two of you and with very stereotypical Jewish stereotypes, I did splash out and spent quite a bit of coin on this one.
That's good.
Now, Andrew...
Is that in an effort to kind of, rebuff some of those Jewish stereotypes that we've been playing?
Oh, well, it's actually in an effort, as I said, just to win over St. Nick with the final pod of the year and prove that I've overall been good. So,
well, I just hope that you approach this segment with due seriousness. I pray that you do.
Andrew, it goes without saying, everything I do is done with due seriousness.
Sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, on to the gift. Now, Andrew, I hope you don't think I'm playing any favorites here, but this gift is for Riordan because it's only local to Melbourne. So as far as I can tell, this is only available in Melbourne. And to the extent that I may be playing favourites, I think you come out on top in this one because I don't think you'd like this particularly.
Okay. Sounds
but
good.
Riordan, brace yourself because what I've found is a very expensive Harry Potter-inspired escape room in Melbourne.
Oh, no.
So I've booked you in.
No.
Yeah.
Escape rooms suck.
They
Dude,
suck
I
so
hate
hard.
escape rooms and I fucking hate
Have you ever
Harry
done one?
Potter. Yeah, I've done one in actually in Sydney.
For work or...
No,
I
it
did
was
one
just-
as like a work bonding thing once.
No, my sister thought it would be a good, like, fucking family thing to do. We took so long.
Oh.
We're a terrible problem-solving family. We had to ask for so many clues. They basically just
But it's
walked
not
us
even
through it in the
problem
end.
solving at all. Like it's not like you there's like clues or anything really. You just have to like look under everything. Like you just look behind pictures, look under clocks for shit. You just try everything. Just the shotgun
Lees are
approach.
a famously lazy family. So the idea of sort of scurrying under stuff, like we give up very easily. It's in our family crest, actually, to give any minimal resistance to any problem. So it just, I don't know why my sister thought it would be good for. It was very long, very laborious. I hated every minute. I wasn't good at it immediately, so I pretty much just lost interest and disengaged from the whole exercise.
Yeah.
Well, look, unlike your sister, I didn't assume you'd enjoy this. I thought this would be a living hell. But still, I think it could be a tiny bit funny. So it was well worth the, whatever it cost. I don't need to reveal that right now.
Well,
Anyway,
so can I
sizable.
ask also a question? Is this a solo escape room?
no,
is it just
so
me?
this is the best part, Riordan. I'm throwing out the challenge to any of the Melbourne Potterphiles. If you can wow us,
No.
you can join Riordan Lee, locked in a room, confined, no escape. He'll be there. You'll be there. All you have to do is wow me.
No.
No, but I was thinking it would be very funny for the other person to make a few recordings of you as you just struggle and, furrow your brow. Hillbilly like.
Nathan, you know what some of the Potterfiles are like. Some of them will skin me and keep it as some sort of trophy in their room.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Some of the most psychotic people I've ever engaged with. Honestly,
The thought
a couple
of being
of them
in a
genuinely
dark
disturb
room with
me.
one of them.
Oh my god, a dark room, no
shock
less.
me. They shock me.
But this is a thing, Riordan. I'm thinking you can use them as a sort of Hannibal Lecter-like figure where, yes, they're completely, psychotic, but they might have the sort of insight that will get you out of
So
this.
is Riordan the kind of Clarice, the Jodie Foster character in this? Right, okay.
Sometimes you have to think like a Potterfile to break out of whether it's a prison or an escape room. So let me just elaborate a tiny bit. So you'll notice it's a Harry Potter inspired escape room. So I assume due to copyright reasons, it's not even going to be about Harry Potter. It's just magical themed. Let me read to you the sort of adventure that you're setting off on.
Oh, I can't wait.
This is all very unhelpful actually, but it's called The Wayward Wizard. Little tagline thing is. It says, the renowned wizard Albertus Magnus, Mag
come
and
on.
Nus are two words in this.
Wait, what?
Albertus Magnus, I think there's an
wouldn't
accidental
they-
space there, is missing. So your job
Dude,
is...
this already has a lot of wowzers entertainment about it. The shabby
Peter.
grammar work.
Dude, that is exactly my thoughts. Like, it's dodgy as all hell.
Is it a coincidence that everyone who has got a sort of Harry Potter related business is completely literate? Like, does that seem like a fucking coincidence to you?
I think if you had read the books, you wouldn't be a fan. So it kind of makes sense that the people putting these things together are illiterate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, like, if you liked, for example, like, I don't know, like grammatically correct sentences, then you would hate the book.
You wouldn't like Harry Potter.
No, yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Anyway, so this says the difficulty level is a step up. that's what it says.
From what?
I don't know, Riordan. I couldn't tell you even if I wanted to. It says, we
step
humbly
up.
ask for your aid in entering his enchanted chambers at number
Humbly.
12 Dungaldur Lane. I don't know what any of
Dude,
this
oh my
fuck.
god. Dude, this reeks of like that Ricky Ponting cricket game that came out ages ago that was like they weren't allowed to use any of the actual names of the cricketers, so it was like Slane Schmorn and like Ben McGrath.
Yeah, you'll have fun rescuing Gary Potter. It says, however, seeker beware. You are likely to encounter all manner of charms and spells that will require a most deft hand and vast wisdom to overcome. We only hope that you will find the answers within.
What is that? That
It
honestly
sounds vaguely sexual to me.
yeah, opening
Something about
chambers.
requiring a hand and...
Is it like a sort of like Harry Potter BDSM dungeon?
That would not shock me.
I think you'd have more fun, frankly, at a Harry Potter BDSM dungeon. This sounds
especially
both
with
boring.
a Potterfile listener who I've never met. Yeah, especially that would be more awesome if I could go to a Harry Potter themed BDSM dungeon with one of our weird listeners.
Hey, but you know what's even better? You know, if none of the Potterfiles are up to scratch, which, you know, I suspect will be hard for them.
But by up to scratch, do you mean pass our kind of, you know, screening?
Rigorous screening. It's like being an astronaut, honestly. Well, you could take a date there, for instance. You could take a friend there if you wanted to look really cool. I mean, every possibility is just so humiliating. It's just the perfect gift.
We could try, definitely. Let's try first for a Potterfile. And if not, I mean, I tell you what, I'd actually rather a Potterfile than a friend or a date for sure, because that really heightens my chance of losing a friend. And then, obviously, the issues with the date are, you know, I don't even need to go into.
Well, you'll never be seeing them again, no.
Thank you. I mean, where are your manners?
Oh, so I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for this gift, Nathan. Thank you so much for putting me into this weird dark room with somebody I don't know and solving puzzles until I'm allowed to leave. Thank you so much.
They know you. That's the important thing. They know you deeply.
True.
They've listened to your voice for 18,000 hours or whatever last year. So
if you're a Melbourne Potterfile, write in with your resume. Maybe tell us about one time you used psychotic problem-solving methods to solve a complex problem. And I don't know, Riordan. I suppose it's ultimately up to you who you want to take on this fascinating journey. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see if you make it out. Maybe it'll be like the Chamber of Secrets. You're pretty much trapped there for eternity. Don't know if that's what happens. So that's
Well, at least did you get Andrew something awful?
no thanks. That's fine.
It cleaned me out, actually, to be honest, Riordan. As I said, while it doesn't seem all that impressive, it was nonetheless quite expensive. And so, unfortunately, Andrew, I hope you understand I couldn't get the same for you. Maybe if you go down and visit Riordan throughout the year, you can both go together.
Oh, I'd love to, but my diary's fucking just full up, man. It's ever since lockdown ended, it's just been wall to wall, flat out.
Hey, guys, I tell you what's so funny.
What's that?
Is that I actually got you guys a present too.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, so I just give me one tick. Let me get my card out.
Get your card out.
Yeah, I'm just sort of purchasing it now. There's actually Harry Potter escape room in Sydney.
No.
By Scram
Put that
escape
card
rooms.
away. No, I promise you, it's only in Melbourne.
There are more Potterfiles in Sydney than there are in Melbourne. I've seen the podcast numbers. Definitely, probably better chance actually of you guys sort of. I know you guys wanted to go so much to that Weasley trivia night you didn't get to, and so this is what you guys. You can even use your Dine Discover New South Wales vouchers.
It's very generous
on the
of
website.
you. It's very generous of you, Riordan. But I think it would be better if you went first, scope it out, get the measure of it, and
Andrew,
then we'll
you
know
love
what
this
to
sort of
kind
stuff.
of look for. I do love this sort of stuff. You know me. I love it. I love escaping things. I love forced fun. That's my favorite. I love Harry Potter, obviously, and I would love nothing more than to spend quality time with the Potterfiles. But I just think, being objective, it would be better if you went first, checked it out, got the kind of lay of the land, and then me and Nathan, like if you so decide, if you say that it was a great time, then we'll know kind of what we're in for.
Though. I feel so bad. You, Nathan, you spent so much money on this for me, and
you deserve it, Riordan. You deserve it, mate.
I come here empty-handed, and you two sitting there. I know you love presents, you love surprises. This one's called...
Why me, Riordan? I didn't do this. This wasn't my fault. Just make him go. I don't want to go.
No. Now that's where I have to pull you up, Andrew, because you know my generous spirit. You know I can't help but give, especially at this time of year. It'd be a real slap in the face, frankly, if I put a lot of thought into this. I got something I thought you would enjoy.
Great point.
You can't just throw money at things, Riordan, and expect
this feels
that to
very
resolve
transactional.
Everything. It feels
very
so,
transactional.
cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah,
it's
it cheapens the whole thing.
cheap.
I'm offended on behalf of Nathan, actually. So, yeah, I don't know where to pivot to. I'm quite drunk. I don't know about you guys.
Guys,
drunk.
I'm pretty drunk too. I've barely eaten, and you guys told me to get on the beers for the silly season. So I'm 1.5 beers in, but
It's the silly season.
pretty lightheaded,
indeed.
to be honest.
Well, I re-listened to last year's Christmas episode to get some inspiration for this week. And I don't know if you remember, especially you, Riordan, but you were absolutely pissed like a skunk.
That's right, he was blind.
That's right. Yeah, I came back from a long day at the
listening
pub.
back, you sounded like you were having a great time, especially like a very psychotic but energetic reading of the page.
Yeah.
So I think that's another one of our Christmas traditions is to just get absolutely fucking hammered.
It's the silly season.
Andrew's got in terms of Drew's booze, I can see both a Negroni and a beer, which is
That's
very
right.
much in the spirit.
It is crazy though, the silly season. Like you live so unhealthily for like months.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Like December, I had 4 burgers in 24 hours the other day. That was in the middle of the week.
Was this as some kind of dare or like a Guinness record?
No, I just realized as I started eating the 4th one, I was like, "Fuck, this is I've had a lot of these lately. This is the 4th in 24 hours." That's sicko shit.
Nothing to do with
And it's
Christmas either.
No.
That period between like 25th till the 31st where you just live on ham. It's just like,
Yeah, that's the best.
all I eat is ham.
Well, Nathan doesn't, obviously, but you and I might.
Yeah, well, the kosher equivalent.
What is the kosher equivalent of a big, juicy pig?
I think it's gefilte fish,
Gefilte
actually.
fish?
Oh my
love
god, have
gefilte
I had
fish.
my fill of gefilte fish lately. Somebody's bloody stop me, would you?
It's not Boxing Day without gefilte fish and the cricket on.
That horrible boil.
Oh, just looked at the page. There's like so few paragraph breaks. So it's just lots of blocks of text.
I wish he was way drunker again, Riordan. There was a real fun energy last year. This is already dragging, and we haven't started reading yet. There he goes. He's just
I'm
down.
pretty drunk, but I don't think that it's not making it better. I'm actually hating
Should I
this
get
slightly
okay?
more.
Hold on. Let me just get. I'm going to get some spirit. As you heard earlier, my mum came in. My family have left. So let me.
Should we all do a shot?
I'm going to go to the spirits
Yes.
cupboard. I'll come back with what I can find.
Let's all do a shot. Let's
Riordan,
all do a shot.
if your mum and dad have a bag or something as well, I mean.
Hold on, I'm going to go get some more alcohol as well. Oh, holy shit! Okay, so for the listener at home, Riordan has actually brought his entire fucking alcohol cabinet. I don't know if you saw that, Nathan. He's got like fucking 10 different bottles of alcohol there.
Oh my god!
I just brought 1 bottle of whiskey. That'll probably do the trick.
Maybe everyone go through what you brought. We've all sat back down now.
Well, Riordan, you should go last because that's probably a whole segment in itself, what you've brought. I've just bought some Johnny Walker Red Label. It's fine. It's pretty... I don't mind it. It's just normal whiskey.
Yep, very good, very good. I've got a bottle of tequila here.
Yes.
And some lime wedges. Maybe
Oh, it's like Cancun. Spring break.
Spring break, dude. I'm thinking maybe every time Riordan says a conjunction or a preposition or something, we could do shots.
Oh, Nathan, to be perfectly frank with you, we're going to be absolutely slizzard in a second.
Uh-oh. Riordan?
Okay, so I have a lot of... Obviously, this is a very stereotypical parents' spirits cupboard. A lot of just shit spirits that you'd never drink. As someone under 40. So what we have here is obviously Bailey's. because
Yep.
That's
my
that's
dad's
that
over
might be
70, so
standard.
we got Baileys. Tanqueray, bit of gin. That's for when my sister comes
Tanqueray,
around.
I was thinking might be a Bombay.
Yeah, Bombay
you know?
Saf is
A bit
very...
of Bombay is a very boomer gin.
No, not quite. This, I think, was a present from my brother-in-law. It's from Kangaroo Island, a honey and walnut sort of dessert liqueur.
Awful.
These
Would never
all
drink
pair beautifully together, may I add.
Yes. Oh, the
It's gonna make
milkiness of the
quite-
Baileys. And the honey and walnut
Maybe we can
whiskey.
invent a new shot.
I was just going to say, let's invent a PMP cocktail right now.
Okay. What can we call it? I mean, there's like, I don't know all the shots. But all I can remember is the wet pussy.
Yeah,
what
wet-
else is there?
What's some disgusting shit that we've said that would... Harry
What
Potter
about
twist.
this one's called? What about the Godric's Hollow?
It'll fucking clear you out.
All right. And then we do have
Godric's
some other ones on the
colonic.
sideline. Don't think we'll touch these. Obviously, some brandy.
That's a given.
Some Cointreau or some shit like...
Yeah, some strange vodka that has never been drunk. So what should we start with?
Let's put together this Godric's Hollow shot.
Oh,
Riordan, and
I
agree.
I'll have to get a glass. Give me one tick.
Yeah, you do that.
This is more like it.
And just for all the Pottervars listening, just for context, it's currently about 6 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. Just have done a day's work. I'll be back at work tomorrow, so perfect time to be getting absolutely fucked up on the pod.
All right, so... well, let's obviously you want to start with the Bailey's base. You know, it's the classic start of most
Oh,
good
yeah.
cocktails. You want a dairy in there. In most cocktails,
You
you want
gotta. If it didn't come from a cow, it doesn't just belong in my fucking shot.
You want that to just sit there right at the bottom of the glass, not mixing with anything.
Yeah.
And just adding a real heft and gross smoothness to proceedings.
There's nothing better.
viscous quality to the cocktail.
Real. Yeah.
Yeah. If there's one thing this Johnny Walker Red's missing, it's lactose. So enjoy that, readers.
And then I genuinely think this will pair well with the honey and walnut liqueur. I think that
Yeah,
and the
I can
Irish
see
cream probably goes quite well together. Ooh, what an interesting... It's like when oil hits water. It sort of sits on top.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like what you need is a bit of morning fresh to get those two things to emulsify. I don't think
and
that's the
then-
right term, but
Would you hit it with a bit of Tanqueray?
Oh, yeah. A bit of gin.
nothing better.
Nothing better.
Oh, good lord! You wouldn't strictly
you.
call this a podcast anymore, would you? This is not really a podcast.
Oh, Andrew, you wouldn't call this a podcast. You wouldn't call that a cocktail. You wouldn't call like nothing's anything anymore.
you
on
wouldn't
this
call
shit.
what you gave Reading a present, you know?
Yeah, no, fuck no. You wouldn't call this a Merry Christmas in my book either, but
I'm just going to polish it up with a bit of French brandy.
are you a professional bartender? Because that's looking
Are you a
pretty good.
mixologist?
Yeah. Did you graduate with a degree in mixology from John Hopkins or something? 'Cause-
I've actually got a PhD in mixology.
I wrote my thesis on Jose Cuervo.
The work of Jose Cuervo.
I was inspired by the great man Cuervo.
The critique of Jonathan Walker.
Oh, that smells so fucking foul.
That sounds rank.
It smells like...
Oh, it looks fucked. That looks fucked.
Oh, it smells like sort of petrol and milk.
Oh hell yeah! Hey,
Down the hatch.
let's post the recipe on the Instagram this week. And Dumbledore, pause the pod, make yourself one, and join us for a shot as we prepare to enter page 144 in a new chapter. All right, everyone ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's so fucking chat.
Oh, that was
yeah.
not as good as I remember.
Oh, that's fucking...
Dude, yours
It's not agreeing
fucking
with him at all.
foul. Oh my god, by the time we get to the fucking Orders of Phoenix, I'm going to be hammered. Okay.
Ugh, that's fucking disgusting. I feel like I'm playing like fucking King's Cup at uni.
Yeah, it's awful. Okay.
All right, well, at least
Well, that was
Good
that.
Lord.
Sick to do this page.
It's only made it harder, but
I feel quite unwell.
3, 2, 1.
Hooray Christmas!
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna to you too.
Indeed.
Gesundheit.
All right, should I do the song? Dude, keep that in the pot, by the way. Keep that.
That's the cold open.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
I just see what I've done here is I've got the original lyrics to the song up. I'm just trying to remember how I rearranged them.
Oh, so it's not going to be away in a Granger this year.
No, I've
as it
got a
usually
new
is.
one. I know.
It better be Christmassy.
It's Christmassy. Okay. Hark the Harry angels sing, glory to the new cho-ching. Peeves on earth and Percy mild, God and Ginna's reconciled.
It's good.
It's very good.
Did you catch
Very
all of them?
festive.
There was
think I
quite
got
a
most
few in
of
there.
it. Yeah, it was dense with the references. Man, I was thinking, as you were singing that, it reminded me of... have I ever told the story about when I used to work at... I used to work at that hospital, and there was a song that this guy used to sing at Christmas time. Have I ever told you about that?
No,
don't think
I
so.
feel like I'd remember.
I don't even know if I've ever really spoken about my time at the hospital on the pod. I probably have a long time ago, but for probably 6 years or so, I worked as a porter or like an orderly at a hospital in Sydney, and I've got some crazy stories there. But a lot of the people I worked with were I don't know, like pretty crazy. And there was one guy in particular. He was I don't want to be too specific because this is quite a damning story, but he was a nurse in his probably, I'd say, mid to late 60s, getting on in years. And one Christmas, he just got obsessed with this song. And, spoilers, it's quite inappropriate. It's a Christmas song, but it's kind of a dirty version of a Christmas song. He became quite obsessed with it. And I caught him many times playing this song on his phone to patients as they were about to go into theatres. Let me just get the lyrics up.
All right, hang on. While you do that, Andrew, Riordan, do we want to have a guess at what this smutty version
I would
of Famous
love
Christmas
to.
Carol might be?
All right.
It's not a Christmas carol.
Maybe-
It's more of a Christmas song, I would say, just to kind of get you guys on the right track.
Well, let's just
So it's
pretend
not
Andrew didn't
or
say
come,
Oh,
or
okay,
you
sorry.
faceful.
Come on your faceful. It's not far off.
Oh no! Well, that doesn't sound appropriate for a hospital. And can I also just add a footnote here, Andrew? I hate your hospital stories. They fill me
Yeah.
with dread.
That's probably why I haven't
like
brought
to
them
think
up.
of hospitals as like very, very like the utmost in professionalism and like care and attention to detail, and they always take some sinister turn. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, the doctor was fucked up on drugs, or like they fell off the operating table and landed on a scalpel. And
Yeah.
didn't fucking.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I do have a few stories like that.
All I've got is once in Royal David's Clitty.
Yeah.
I like that. It's a trans Christmas carol, which is exciting, very new, very of the time, very of the moment. No, so what this man used to play on his phone very loudly as well. I think he was a bit deaf, so you could really hear this ringing out throughout the entire hospital. Really, he had a version of Jingle Bell Rock, but his version went stroke on my, lick on my, suck on my cock. That's the opening stanza, and it doesn't get any better from there. It's
How did you
was this a
find-
song that he'd found, or was this an original?
no. This
how
was
did you
this is
find this on the
apparently some
internet?
like I don't know you know how how much I love parody songs. I think this is some sort of parody song, although it's not really a parody. Like, what are you parodying here?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Weird Al's gone through some shit recently.
But I mean, this is like, I'm telling you, this gets fucking filthy. I don't even really want to read all of it, but like,
give us literally all of it.
Okay.
I reckon, yeah, definitely. Spare no detail.
You can do it with ease. Just get on your knees, start licking and slurping. My dick will get firm. Soon you'll be tasting sperm. That's a line in there. It's horrendous. This is probably the worst one. This is just one line that stuck out to me. Drag your tongue across my meat.
Oh my good lord.
So anyway, it really is a horrendous song, and he was just blasting this through the hospitals. We had kids in there, and women who were about to have very confronting surgery that they were incredibly nervous about, and he comes in here blasting this from his boombox.
Was it an okay icebreaker in that sense?
Not really. We had a few complaints. We had a number of complaints.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense.
Oh, because of the song.
Just as a bit of a side note on this, and this may be another story that upsets. So yeah, it's the last episode of the year, guys. Are you excited? Are you pumped? You seem pumped.
I am absolutely crawling across the finish line.
Yeah, you look like shit. Can I just say?
Yeah.
We had our work Christmas party last night, which was a Tuesday night, which is just a real fucking kick in the balls. Like,
that's
so it was like
right.
It was a nice enough night, but like now we've got the entire work week so hungover, so like long. For some reason, like I've mentally checked out.
Yeah.
What? You?
But if
Nathan James Sard mentally checking out
by mutual consent, then no work need be done in the December-January period.
Yeah.
But people haven't cottoned on to this fact, and so I'm like unusually busy. Like, and then
that's annoying.
Like, all the Christmas shit's happening. Oh, it is just a nightmare. Just an absolute nightmare time of year.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, Christmas cheer is flowing from this episode.
I know, and I'm scared. I'm scared if I'm too grumpy at Christmas, then fucking 3 ghosts will visit me at night or some shit and interrupt my sleep, and I'll fucking have to learn a lesson.
Yeah. You don't want to learn a lesson.
Okay.
It does seem, Nathan, as though you've kind of like you might have modelled your entire personality on Ebenezer Scrooge. I don't mean that as an anti-Semitic thing. I more mean that in your approach to Christmas cheer, etc.
I don't know if he's definitely even Jewish, but definitely a usury icon and one of the all-time greats. So, yeah, big inspo, big ups to Scrooge.
I mean, it's definitely super offensive if he's not Jewish. I don't think
that part was in...
Ebenezer.
It definitely wasn't in the Muppet Christmas Carol, I'll tell you that much.
I was going to say,
there were no bar mitzvahs.
I've never heard that he was Jewish, but I agree he was miserly.
His name's Ebenezer, guys. That is very Jewy sounding name.
It does sound a bit Jewy, I have to say, but I actually want to know now. I want to know who's being racist now of the 3 of us. Who, as it turns out, has been a racist? Ebenezer Scrooge Jew. There are a lot of questions asking whether A Christmas Carol is anti-Semitic. But no, apparently it isn't a Jewish name and he isn't a Jewish character.
Okay,
why would a ghost of Christmas past talk to a Jew? This is the answer I'm getting on Quora.
Oh, so the answer's even more anti-Semitic than the question. And can I just say Happy Hanukkah to whoever's out there?
Yeah, big time.
Oh, please, light those candles up.
Well, that's good. Light it up.
The more the merrier. Oh, God.
Nathan, it's funny you say, should we reflect on the year? Because I think I have a very efficient way of doing that.
Oh, perfect.
Beautiful.
And when I say efficient, I come to you sometimes with a little song that I've made. They're pretty long. 3 minutes. This is not that. So let's manage expectations early.
No song.
Because it was really, as I approached, I wanted to sum up the year in a Christmassy way. And it was either going to be incredibly long or incredibly short. So the reason for that is I've gone with the 12 days of Christmas. First day of Christmas. And
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's they do a sort of I don't know what the mathematical term for it is, Andrew. I'm sure there's some sort of it's almost like a factorial approach, I think, where they go like 2 days of Christmas, 3 days of Christmas, 3 something something 2 something something 1, and every time they go up, they recap.
Yeah, that's right.
The other
it's
one.
Like, it's almost like like Pascal's triangle or something. Not quite, but it's like one half of Pascal's triangle. Very exciting stuff.
That's totally something I know and was going to reference. So I'm glad you said it.
I thought that might have been what you were trying to reference.
Anyway, so instead of doing that, I've just written them all out. I'm just going to race through them all in like one verse. I'm not going to keep rehashing it because just really going to drag.
No need to dwell on it, but take it away.
Okay, so how many days of Christmas have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There should be 12 at last count.
I've gone 17.
Which does seem excessive, to be honest.
How many did you say you got?
17 days of Christmas.
And this is the short version.
But this, I'm not, just to remind you, I'm not going 1, 2, something. So I'm just racing through them like bam, 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 bam. I'm not, none of them will be revisited. You've done.
So in what way does this have anything to do with the song The 12 Days of Christmas?
It's just a list of 17
Yeah, it's just a list of things. You're not following the structure or the form of the song. You're not even going with the number, the key number in the song, which is 12.
No, that's true. I don't do a key number. It's also very important. I also don't say like 17 something something, 16 something something, 15 something something. There's not that. So don't expect a sort of.
So what is it?
It's
Are you just going to read 17 things that have happened this year now?
Yeah, but to the
just
tune
a dispassionate
of
listing
to the tune of 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's just. I mean, I'm utterly baffled. So let's just go with it.
On the 17th day of Christmas, the PMP boys gave to me Nathan stalking Weasley's queen. He's a dying Potter file pudding. Snape immolated wrong Asian listener Sir Nicholas de Mimsing popping day eve. Craziest things to happen. Hagrid election rotating fucktoy squirrels a splutin pen and tell a sploogen. Why you no love me?
Why you not love me?
J-Lo midwife crisis. Riordan flashing colleagues tribute to the diggers. And Joe Rogan saying.
What was that? I didn't quite hear that. You cut out a bit there. What was that?
Joe Rogan saying.
Is that?
You'll bleep it, obviously.
Ooh.
You have to bleep it.
Is that the partridge in the pear tree? Joe Rogan saying. Wow, a real that's like the angel on top of a beautiful Christmas tree that was this year.
Christmas medley.
Oh God.
Hark the Hagrid angels sing. Read next one. Deck the halls with boughs of molly. Fa la 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 la. Next one. Ching chong merrily on high. La 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 la. The final one. Felix Felicus. Da 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 da. Felix Felicus. Felix Felicus. Harry Potter Dumbledore. Finish.
Okay.
Christmas finish.
I like my favorite DJs.
Incredible DJ.
Yeah, my favorite DJs do provide sort of live updates of progress updates throughout the mix.
The most important part.
But speaking of our Christmas traditions on this podcast, Ridden, I did appreciate the Christmas megamix that you provided us with.
Mm-hmm.
But another tradition is we normally have quite a solemn singing of Away in a Granger.
Yes.
And so I've prepared a little musical performance this week, if you'll indulge
very
me.
exciting.
I would love to.
The fans might remember me and Andrew, in another lifetime. We were in a band. We were quite popular, for
we were moderately
in our time.
successful. Moderately.
So, needless to say, you're in for a real treat here. Now, can you see this in your?
What is that?
I can see
looks
that.
like
I'll be playing.
It looks like a racist instrument, and I say that because it has not because it's being played in like. Sorry, let me just. Sorry, can you put that up again, Nathan?
Yeah,
I just try and describe it.
Lost for words.
Okay, it's racist because can you just hold it up again? It appears to be a small Chinese boy with very slinty eyebrows, like a face. There's a sphere with a very sort of Asian,
almost a moon
presenting,
face. You'd have to say.
Yeah, moon face.
I'm gonna stop you there, Ridden, and say you're the big racist because this is quite clearly a cat.
Oh, right, okay.
Not a little Asian boy.
Yeah.
But you're right to be confused. This is what's known apparently as an automaton. It's a kind of Japanese toy synthesizer thing. The sound it makes, I mean, you'll experience firsthand, but I would liken it to a recorder in terms of how annoying it is.
My
and
favorite
this was a
instrument
birthday
is the
present
recorder.
that I can't claim credit for as much as I'd like to, that Cassie received for her 30th birthday. So shout out to Potophile Cassie's friend for that one.
Hell yeah.
But I'm going to lead you guys in a little chorus of Away in a Granger, and do feel free to sing along both on the pod and at home.
Or get your automatones out. Maybe
automaton.
Play along.
Yeah,
please do.
Play along.
So wait, you're just going to play now and we'll sing?
Yeah, pretty much just concert style.
Concert. We're in concert mode. This is,
we're
you've
in
heard of tournament
mode.
mode. This is concert mode.
It's customary to greet the performers with a round of applause as they enter the stage.
Of course.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Bravo! Oh my god,
that's more like it.
Automaton.
Oh my god, he's playing the automaton.
Automaton. Is that a cat or a little Chinese boy? Now,
can't really hear it.
I'm going to level with you. You've got a lot of facial expressions going on, like a guitarist doing a face-melting solo. We can't hear a single bit. Can't hear any of it.
None of that's coming through.
Damn, I thought that might happen. Hopefully the microphone captured some of that. It really doesn't go any louder.
I couldn't even
But rest
hear
assured,
a
I
whimper.
fucking knocked it straight out of the park.
Well, I think you nailed that.
Shit, and that's more or less everything I had for this week. So, tick that one off the list.
Well done. I don't know. What do we got? Nathan, you sent us something. Is that a thing? This hasn't been very Christmassy yet. We need to get more Christmassy or more end of year-y.
Well, yeah. I was sort of reflecting on this year, and I know we got a lot of criticism, some would say fairly, that we haven't gotten through enough material this year.
I
we've
would
been a
agree
bit
with that.
slack with the content. However, going back through some of this year's episodes, we did in fact traverse a lot of ground, and I think this will vindicate us somewhat.
Okay.
So I've sent you guys, basically it's a highlights package, little best of clips from 2023.
Oh, wow.
And
cool.
the great thing about this is
Okay.
we finally have some promotional material that we can send to the big podcast companies, the bigger publishers, try to get on some of those networks.
Yeah.
So yeah, well worth our while. But have a play, see what you think.
Just give me
this is-
1 second.
So this is a wrap up of the year. That's what
This
that's
is the
what this
yearly
is?
wrap 2023 for Paging Mr. Potter.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because I was having a look at sort of the pace that we're going at, and I was like, I was pretty confident we were going to finish the book next year, but it seems like that's not going to happen given the pace that we went this year.
Yeah,
like it is theoretically
it has been
possible,
slow, but it's been quality over quantity. I'd say, Andrew.
Okay,
I'm ready
so
to
you're
go.
All right, you got it ready, Reading? Should we do a 3, 2, 1 and play or something?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Hey!
We're gonna go, Minerva, we're gonna go.
They should pour tequila into a chimpanzee's anus.
But she's got the biggest fake titties you've ever seen in your whole fucking life, and maybe a cowboy hat.
What's the role of the Dalai Lama in
What
modern
is he?
society? And it's to be a cheeky little Buddhist pope.
The first three just sucked it down like it's nobody's business.
I'm stopping as many necks as I can.
And then obviously the towers did come down.
Hypocritical of you.
Or even for people you just thought were cool, such
Yes.
as Hitler.
You have to admit,
Yeah.
white babies are incredibly grotesque.
Oh my god. The hard cock of Albert Einstein.
We know what you sexy teens did last summer, and you will die one by one.
Do you think that I could get some jigger jigger?
Living la vida Gaza.
Sorry, I'll say it. Epstein was a little bit classless.
He wants to fuck Hagrid's dirty hole.
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
We're really good at
Fuck
this.
off. We're
Fuck off.
great. Fuck off.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Yeah.
Dude, have you been making that all year, or did you go back and listen to every episode?
So the great question, Riordan. This will blow your mind. That took like 15 minutes to throw together. Every time I click on an episode, you just scrub to a random spot, and we're saying something truly crazy.
Wow.
It was the easiest thing in the world to put together. But yeah, let no one say that we haven't, provided you with some
my
quality
God.
chat throughout the year, some quality Harry Potter analysis.
We've definitely
I,
said
for one,
stuff.
think it's been productive. I think it's been good.
Oh my god, that fucking
Wow.
killed me.